So you guys do not need to hear me that well because I'm just going to kind of show you some things. So let me just make this big. So generally, you guys know I was initially doing this one last night, but because I was on the road, I could not do it. So and then as soon as I get to New York, I had to get the car serviced. Okay, so if you see the background, I am at the car dealer, and they say 2 hours for the air conditioner. Brand new truck. I don't get it, but anyway, let's do what we can. I don't want to not do what I was supposed to do last night, but we were also in a debate in regards to if we were going to change Friday night to in the morning Saturday because you guys were totally in last Saturday morning. So again, you guys still let me know, okay? And I will probably do a post. I'll probably do a pre-video for tonight. Okay, so what I'm just putting up right now what the schedule is. You guys know I always kind of go over the schedule and we kind of backtrack. So today we're still doing the 5 and 6, and the 5 and 6 has a very long workbook. So that's the reason why we're doing this right now. So again, if you hear a little bit of something in the background, it'll be very minimal. I am in the service area. Okay, so again, we put this up. You guys know I always put the schedule up and see what's going on. Okay, so we did 7, 8. Okay, we're supposed to do 7, 8 last night. We're gonna go over that tonight. And remember, the workbook has a lot more work in it than the reading material because basically you're reading the material and then you're going to do the work in the workbook. Okay, so let's go ahead and I got to put the books up, so we might have some new people, and I want to make sure you guys have also have your books, so that your CPT books. You guys know that I my books are in e-form. When we get to the coding portion, you guys will then be using your books on full force. Um, the billing portion, there is a small section in there on billing, on the coding part, the Hicks Picture CPT and the ICD 10. So we went over that last week, but you guys will need your book for that. I would do Kindle for that because, again, Kindle lets you have maybe the first 100 pages. But when you get ready to go into your core courses, because I haven't gotten to that part yet for YouTube, this is for the YouTube students. You don't need the book right now. You can use the Kindle book. That's your Hicks Pick book. Okay, this is what we're working on right here. You guys remember we're working in this. All right, that's your medical insurance book by Ford Needs. That's what we're working in. Okay, there's your step-by-step book. That's for your coding. That's your coding courses. That's your language and medicine book. Okay, so I'm just going to take that down, and that's just because you only got it. You guys only have a few more, probably another week left of this class. Um, so let me just see what else I want to put up here. You guys know I always put the schedule up there, so you guys can kind of take a look at the schedule. There's nothing that we need to talk about as far as the schedule because we go over that on a regular basis. This is the schedule. This is what you're doing. Okay, that's what we're going over right now. Those of you who are in the Sapphire class, you guys already have that. Okay, let me just look in here and see what else that I have in here for you guys. So the schedule for next week, I'm going to put that one up. Let me just do this. I'm going to put that one up probably on Monday. Let me see if this is still live. I just was in there last night. It might be still live. No, I gotta sign in again. Okay, so while I'm signing in, again, those of you who was with us at that point, again, if you can't hear me a little bit, you might hear a little bit. I'm in the service area at Nissan, so let me sign in. So right now, when I sign in, I'm going to my library. In my library, I have my books there. The only book that's not in this library is my CPT book. Um, so Elsevier, you will not get the CPT book from there, but you will get all the rest of your books. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, let me find it. Let me find it. All right, so you guys know I always kind of share my library with you so I can show you what books. That's your insurance book. Okay, that's the workbook. That's your reading book. That's your language of medicine. That's your ICD-10 CM. That's for physicians. Your step by step. This is how you will learn how to code. Your Hicks picks. You can get Evolve if you want to. Not for your test. I want you to use the AAPC version for your exam. ICD-10 CMPCS coding. Okay. So yes, let me get back. Oh, you didn't even see it. So let me take this down. Where is it? Right here. All right. So I'm gonna put the books up in a minute. Okay. So I'm gonna backtrack over it a minute. This is your workbook, your four needs medical insurance billing. Your reading book, same thing, language of medicine. This comes with the Sapphire course. You guys want to get the Sapphire courses, let me know. I can go ahead and just shoot them over to you, no problem. Um, and let me know because there is a key code. There's a key code. And what is this, the weekend? Usually around the 4th of July, we kind of throw it out there for a discounted price as well. So we reduce that tuition. Right now it's $1,150 off. You guys got the key code. You just started the key code is hashtag key 212. Okay, so give me that. Send me a message, give me that, and you can get it for that. All right, so 2025 ICD 10, 2025 step by step. Again, you don't have to get the new books. All right, don't get the older books. Hicks Picks 25. I like the book for teaching, but for taking your test, I would suggest you use AAPC, Hicks Picks, and ICD 10. Okay, so let me just backtrack. So yeah, I want you guys to use AAPC for your Hicks picks. Okay, so let's kind of get started. We're basically in the reading book. Okay, let me just touch bases on this. Let me hit back. I'm hitting back on the schedule real quick. So let's drop that up there real quick. So this was the Friday session. So the Friday session is here done in the morning. So it's a 7 and 8 chapters, and it's not compliance and fraud, but we just kind of did that real quick. But you know that you're on 7 and 8. So just want to remove that. So we're gonna go ahead and head to 7 and 8. So in this chapter, it's a little bit different. So we're going to do the 7 and 8 in the workbook. But right now, this portion we're not going to do. Okay, let me show you. Hold on. Let me get in there. Let me show you why we don't need to do this. So this one is it's like the employment section. If you want to, you can do this, but I don't generally go over this. Your 7 and 8 will be done in the workbook, so I'm going to move over to the workbook. Again, I'm out of town and my car is being serviced. So if you guys hear something in the background, it's them working in the background. I'm in the service department, but I wanted to make sure that I get this in. So just make sure this is your reading book. This is Unit 7. Unit 7 has employment in it. So that's why you see when I was, and if I'm in the school, they are getting this because they still get a competency on this. And this is for medical insurance billing people. If you're not going to move on to coding, that's fine. Or if you're new to going to school, do this one. If you have not done medical insurance billing before, if you are new to even doing the coding and you will be seeking a job or you want to know how to seek for a job, you can go ahead and do this chapter. I don't go over this because it has nothing to do with you guys doing the coding, but this is what's in that book. Okay. I'm gonna put the book up real quick so you know where I got that from, and it is a part of your work if you want to do it. So for the Sapphire class, that's not mandatory. That's not something you can mandatory do. But for you two, maybe you guys want to learn about that as far as the job skills and what you should do. Resume in there. It shows you how to also do your resume. There's a portion of the Sapphire class that I do that teaches you resume styles and questions. That's when you're going to see that job development chapter. So that's when I do that. That's when I do that job development chapter. All right, so let's take that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over. Um, I'm going to move over to your workbook. So those of you who do have your workbook, you can see that the work from the workbook it's a lot, but generally you're going to do it the same way as you would do your reading. Okay, so I think last week we did go over this a little bit. And remember, this is the workbook I'm talking. I'm not even show you. I can show you for a few seconds. You guys know how I am about that, but they flag us down. So this is your workbook. Okay, Medicaid and other state programs. This is inside your book, okay? Because we kind of went over that in your reading book. But this, when you get ready to do this, you'll see your key terms and your abbreviations. Let me get in there. Your key terms and abbreviations is what you're going to do. I'm gonna drop this down. I hope you guys can see how I'm doing it. So in every chapter, you see your key terms, your key abbreviations, performance objectives. We went over this last week because you remember you guys were supposed to do seven, five, six, seven, and eight. Remember, we did five and we did six, and then you were doing seven and eight. So you guys should have worked on this already. And don't forget, I want you guys to put this on index cards. Okay, put that on index cards so that you can have it. Okay, so let me remove that real quick. So these chapters, I mean, I don't think it's a lot. I mean, you have Saturday and Sunday after church to also work on what you need to work on. So I don't think it's too bad. So the student will be able to. This is. Let me put this up here. This is what you should be doing when you do this. Let's put this up here. Then I'm gonna go back and read it. Define and spell the key terms and key abbreviations for this chapter, given the information from the textbook glossary. Okay, your study outline. Your study outline. Let me make sure you can see this because we got to be quick with it. Medicaid history, Medicaid programs, Medicaid eligibility, Medicaid benefits, Medicaid managed care. So you guys remember what I said? Medicaid is not an insurance. Medicaid is an assisted program. Okay, it's not an insurance. So just kind of take heed to that when you guys are studying for the Medicaid. Okay. And again, this was supposed to be done last week, so make sure if you're not finished, that's fine. Just kind of go on it, go over it. We're just kind of keeping a schedule to make sure that the YouTube students still also stay on schedule. And do not forget the thumbnail has the date and when this is going to happen. So this chat goes with that thumbnail. Okay, TRICARE and veterans. So some of you may, work in a veteran facility. Some of you might be retired military or just straight civilian now and no longer in the military. But you may go back and work for a VA. This is TRICARE Veterans Healthcare. This is in your workbook. This is also in your reading book. And we just kind of went through the reading book real quick because this is where you're going to do your Augusta work and medical insurance billing. Okay, so I'm gonna take this down. And same thing in here. You got key abbreviations, key terms. You got performance objectives. This is what your key terms are that you're going to go over. Active duty service. Remember, everything that you see here. Fiscal intermediary, health benefit advisor. This is in the book that you have already read. Okay, this is in the book that you've already read. But this is going to help you. TRICARE, TRICARE for life, TRICARE Prime. Let me put this in here. These are different types of military insurance. Okay, I'm gonna look at it myself. TRICARE, TRICARE for life, TRICARE Prime, TRICARE Service Center, TRICARE Select. These are different programs that they use at a facility. I love this section because they get deep when you go into this section. I mean, all sections get deep, but I like this one because you never know where you're going to work. And again, we're just kind of backtracking of what we kind of going over. I just want you guys to have an insight of when you get this book. I didn't. I tried to get into thrift.com the other day. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I couldn't get in. You guys let me know if you can get in there so you can try to get this book. Um, if not, like I said, this book is in Kindle, and Kindle you can pretty much get. I think it was like the first 100 pages or something like that in Kindle. So don't sleep on that. Check that out. I've had Kindle for 7 years. I ain't seen anything change with it. All right. So that's five, six, seven, and eight. I'm not jumping into nine just yet because we're gonna jump into nine tonight. Okay. I did have this up that I wanted you to see. You can't see it yet, but all right. Let me see what's on here before I put it out here for you. So I'm gonna put this up here, and this is a part of Sapphire. So my YouTube students, you guys have a different work than the Sapphire students, but generally it's almost the same that I'm giving you as far as what I'm giving them. So I'm gonna share my screen with you on this one. This is like an introduction that we do, okay, in Sapphire. And uh, if you guys want this, that's fine. I mean, you guys can take a look at this. And a lot of this is, telling you about the Sapphire Physician Coding Program. Okay. So, in the midst of some of you, and some of this has been updated, but it's generally the same thing. But in the midst of some of you being brand new to the course, I would still take heed to that. When you actually get into the Sapphire Physician bookstore, it will let you know that, and it's not a problem. You don't have to get all of the courses. You can get one course if that's what you want to do. Because some of you guys are when you take your exam, you don't have to take all 21 points. You're taking one. You might just want to do cardio, so you can take your certification for that without taking the whole thing, and you might just need like some kind of a study material or something. Okay, so you can take heed to that. It was something that I was looking in last night that I wanted to show you guys. Okay. So I think I can get the syllabus. I can get the syllabus out of here. So I'm gonna show you guys syllabus 20 weeks. I'm gonna show you guys the syllabus for Sapphire. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of slowly giving you things for Sapphire. So, you can also get the gist of what they are doing in Sapphire. Let me pull this down because eventually everything is going to be on here anyway. So, this is my syllabus for Sapphire. Okay. Some of this you don't need to know. All this is business, so there's nothing personal in here. I use all of this stuff for business. So these are the course objectives. And but let me make sure I'm sharing with you. Okay, so you can't really see this, especially on your phone. I know you can't. But some of you who are at home are going to look on a computer. You can make this bigger so you can look at it. You guys remember when I told you about accreditation? So this is one of my formats that I would need for accreditation. They need to know, what are you doing, Miss Lambert? How do the students contact you, Miss Lambert? XYZ, video chats, Google Drive, live lectures, archiving, and you guys know some of you who are in my classroom been with me for a minute. Y'all know what I have in my classroom already. But again, lecture uploads. This is telling you how to work Sapphire. So you see this right here. This is a theory and a practice. So let me go with y'all. So you guys remember when I was telling you about accreditation and what they look for. So accreditation says, how many hours are you teaching this? Miss Lambert, how much theory are you giving the students? This is a true copy of my crosswalk. Well, it's not my full crosswalk. This is the syllabus. So in this syllabus, accreditation will ask you, how long are you teaching this? How long are you teaching that? That's what this is for. And some of you who already have your own YouTube course, your YouTube classes. I see some that teach medical billing. I see some that teach medical coding. Here at Sapphire, we teach both, and this syllabus has both. Code in 60 hours, theory 20 hours, and 80 hours is a total. This is a different schedule. Now remember, this is only a 20 schedule. I have a schedule that's 40. Okay, in that schedule that is for this is mine. We're not copywriting anybody. This is my material. So if they flag me, they flag it. This is mine. So in that material is an outline of what we do for this classroom. And when accreditation comes, that's what I show them. This is what I'm teaching them. This is how long it's going to be, and it's literally on the schedule. So you guys can actually kind of go back to that. Okay. So my goal today was to make sure that you guys hit the 7 and the 8, the 5, the 6, the 7, and 8 in the workbook. Okay, in the workbook. Okay, so let me put this up real quick. So you guys remember when I said I'm gonna let you see this. You guys remember when I said um, This is my portal. This is Sapphire portal right here. Okay, so you remember when I said that we keep the chats inside of the portal. So when I go into the portal, let's say this video right here, and I want to put this video in my portal. I want my students to see this. This is what it looks like. I put it in here as a Word document. So and this is also so some of you who are on YouTube and have businesses, so you say how you going to teach your students. This is how you teach your students. This is how I teach my students. You see that YouTube link right there? That link is what I put on. I put in the Sapphire so that the students can see this is how they go back to it. Okay. So, in order for me to do this, in order for me to have this done, let me take this down. For them, I have to put it up like that. Okay. So let me take this down, and that's pretty much what we do. We want to make sure that the students can get the work that they need. Okay, and the same thing for yours. Is you guys are on YouTube. Let me remove this. You guys are on YouTube. Like I said, you can look at 70 videos. Okay, so let's go back to Elsevier. I need to go back to this book so I can show you a couple of things. So I'm not going to totally move on because I just want to kind of review 10. So this is chapter 10 in your workbook. Chapter 10 in the workbook. Okay, hold on. Let me get this down. Let's go back. I'm going to share that. Shut the share. All right, so let me go back to your book so I can show you what we're working on. So, can you guys see that? No. Okay, there you go. So, that's 10. So, I believe we are going to be working on 10 tonight. I don't know if 10 is going to be live or not live, but right now, this is what you should be working on for today, which is Saturday. Okay. Also want to go and let me just drop it down. That way we can see what's actually in there. So this is disability income insurance and disability benefit program. So this is pretty much going to give you an idea about disability benefits and disability insurance. Let me drop it up there real quick. Um, I know, you guys know I can't leave it. Now, if I was in the classroom, of course, I'm putting this up on the screen and my students is looking at it and they're sitting at the desk with their books. So what difference does it make if you're doing it like this? Um, it's not a copyright. I mean, we're actually learning. So I just put this up here for you guys just for a minute so you guys can see what you're going to learn about your key terms: accidental death and disbursement, consultative examiner, cost of living adjustment, double indemnity, family and medical leave. So I'm going to drop this down. So all of those things are what you're going to learn: federal employees retirement, guaranteed renewable indemnity benefits. This is such an important chapter because you guys, you might work in a nursing home or even a hospital. You have elderly people who have this type of benefit. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the benefit. It's disability income insurance and disability benefit program. Okay, so let's hit for the abbreviations. I'm gonna tap into the abbreviations real quick because again, these are your key terms. These are your key terms. Put them on index cards. I don't have a box right here. I'm looking for something that they have. I'm gonna pull this because they got this sitting here. I don't know what it is, but you see how this box is. Fill it with the index cards. Fill it with index cards that's going to help you pass that test. So you guys remember that's the goal. Every tool you use will help you pass the CPT. Okay, yeah, I know I'm in a crosswalk in my hair. I just took the braids out, so my daughter's gonna do my hair in a little bit. I know I'm in New York. My daughter's in New York, so it took me 20 hours, y'all. I swear. I took me 2 days to get here driving. But anyway, the goal is for you to pass your CPC. Those of you who are just going to do medical insurance billing, that is fine. But you still need to know something about the coding. Okay. And if you want to continue on with the class, you can continue on with the class because I'm going to move over into coding once you finish your prereq courses. So let me show you. You guys want to see what that looks like? I'm gonna show you guys the Sapphire. I'm teaching you the same way how I teach Sapphire online. Let me show you how I do their courses, and the same thing that they get is well, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's almost the same thing that you get. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen with you in this Sapphire portal period. Okay, so let me see if you can see this. So this is the Sapphire portal. Okay, in this very portal is how I teach the students. So where we are for here, you have all this in the YouTube chats. Go look at my videos. You will see this. Um, Join Sapphire Physician Coding. Let me put this up. And this is attendance directives. I already showed you guys this. This should be what you're looking at. Attendance directives. Good. So this is not for you. I mean, this is for Sapphire. But just pulled it up for a second. Okay. So attendance, recorded chats, summary, Sapphire coding orientation, chat link orientation, Sapphire program card, um, the books chat. I gave you guys the link for the books chat. The free books on Kindle, I showed you guys that as well. This let me put this up. Now, I think I did this chat a while ago. I don't know if you can see the link or not, but try to see the link as best you can. If you didn't get the link before, and I don't know if it's gonna go up. I don't think they let me put like a YouTube thing up because it got YouTube on it, so I probably can't put it up. But don't worry about that. So the gist of this is just to show you what you will be learning. Same thing. So I have a 6 week syllabus, 20 week syllabus, and a 40 week syllabus. This is what we're doing right now. Okay, this is your billing, your prereq chat link for billing, billing overview, PowerPoint for billing. Okay, requisite tasks for billing. That's everything that you're doing in billing. This is everything that you're doing. This is mine. They can't copyright me. It belongs to me. I created it. This is what you're doing in medical billing. I do have a PowerPoint on medical billing that you guys have already probably went over. Some of you have not gone over it. Um, so being that we're still in those, this right here is we're stopping at chapter 5, 6, 7, and 8. Tonight we're going to do 9 and 10. So we have a lot of time during this video. Okay. So something else I wanted to show you here. The medical billing overview. We're not going to go over this completely, okay? But I'm just want to. Well, this is the objective. We already went over the objective. This is the your objective for medical insurance billing. I may not have gone over this, but even if I didn't, eventually I will give it to you. This is for the YouTube students. This is mine. I created it. Nobody has this. They can't copyright me for this. So in this classroom, this is what you're learning. This is the YouTube studio. So you guys know, I hope y'all are still watching. Let me give you the key code. It's hashtag key 212. This is the, some of you can download on YouTube. This is what we are learning here. This is my objective in my Sapphire class. So this is the I got to switch over to me. You guys see when you have the objectives in the medical insurance billing book. This is my objective in the Sapphire class. Okay, this is what we're doing in the Sapphire class. So you guys can read that. If you want to, that's fine. Um, a Sapphire program called the chat links 61020 medical insurance billing. So I can't put the ebook up. You guys have to go into the classroom and look at the ebook. I'm just kind of scrolling down to see what else I can show you as far as Sapphire. So I'm gonna show you this right here. This is how I want the essay. Um, so so YouTube. It'd be impossible for me to take hundreds and hundreds of essays. But right now, there's only a minimal amount of you that I see coming in this classroom. Um, if you want to do essays, you can. If you want to submit to Miss Lambert, you can. This is mine. This is not a copyright. They can't flag me. This belongs to me. This is how I expect my students to do the summary. So, you guys hear me talk about the summary. I've never showed this here. I think when I first started, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I might have put it up, but I've changed it, since. But it doesn't matter. If you guys want to do the summary, let me know. If you want me to look at it, let me know. Um, This is how the summary goes. You read a chapter. When you finish your task, you finish your competency, you give me a summary. So my students give me a summary, and this is what they tell me because I need to know if they have. I might be able to pull this up. I need to know. Let me see. So I guess I pulled it up a little bit for you guys. This is what I need to know from a chapter. Let's say you're on ICD 10. Okay, so this is one of my logos, Sapphire Physician Coding. Okay, we are also complicit with Sapphire Financial Training. So this is a summary of an example when you read ICD 10. So where did it come from? Where did what come from, Miss Lambert? Where did ICD 10 come from? Who started it? So you guys remember we were talking about that the other day. It used to be ICD 10. No CM, ICD 10. So backtrack what you read before and you will get to this. So you remember I told you guys the ICD 10, the CPT and Hicks book, I pulled out of that chapter and I put it with the coding. But some of you are only doing medical insurance billing. So that chapter that's in there, use this for your summary because you guys are going to work on that ICD 10. What was it, 12 and 13? I forgot what it was, but you guys go back and get it, and you're going to use this for your summary. So, where did it come from, Miss Lambert? What does it mean? It as in ICD 10 or it as in CPT, it as in Hicks Fix. But right now, this is what you're working on. Who keeps track of it? When did ICD 10 CM officially starts? Okay. Why are there 21 guidelines? 21 guidelines, 21 points. You hear me talking about cardiology, OBGYN. I'm talking about foot, podiatry, ophthalmology. That's your 21 points. Okay. Um, what country did ICD 10 originate? Yeah, I told y'all that the other day, so y'all should have the answer for that because it was already in the book. And remember, if it is not in the book, I still have this stuff. So let me show you this real quick. I don't know how to get out. Stream. Okay, I'm gonna show you this real quick because so stop the share. So you guys remember when I showed you the ICD 10? Uh, some of you may not have your book. I gotta share the screen again. When I share the screen, I share it on something else. I see I gotta put it back up there. So for that summary, I'm putting it up now. So this is public knowledge. Anybody can get this. So you guys remember I said this is your guidelines. This is your guidelines from the true ICD-10 book. It is the same thing. Every year when it updates, you will see it on CMS. And do not forget, this may be on your test from October to September. So, in your guidelines, you will give me the summary that I just gave you. That's what I want in a summary. And that's for me to see if you can not only pass those exams, I can also see if you can decipher what you just read. So, that's the reason why that is. So, that also helps me to determine if you are ready to take your next step, if you are ready to go ahead and take your CPC. So there's a lot of factors in Sapphire to determine whether you're going to take your CPC. So again, when you guys print this, you don't have to print this because there's a lot to print. A lot of these abbreviations and acronyms will be on your exam, CMS and CHS, you know, WHO, WHO, and this will tell you where it came from, who created ICD 10. This will tell you what some of those see also, code also, the footnotes. You see, chapter 2 is neoplasm, COO, G49. Those are your codes. Okay, those are your codes without extension, without 7 digits. Okay, chapter 1, certain infectious and parasitic diseases. Okay, these are your ICD-10 guidelines. What is ICD-10 guidelines, Miss Lambert? What is ICD-10? International modification. I can't even say it. Classification, something. It's the diseases. Okay, that's what this is. Leukemia, follow-up care, breast implant. Chapter 4, endocrine. Um, this is public knowledge. I'm flying through it because I'm thinking we can't really look at it, but I don't think they penalize us for this. So, chapter 4, endocrine, nutritional and metabolic diseases. Okay, these are points. I call them 21 points. Chapter 2 is neoplasm. Okay, admission and counter for treatment. Um, but this is what I want you to look at right here. chapter specific coding guidelines, okay, for these diseases. Okay, that's what you need to look at. Sequela, I want you to look at that too. But you gonna look at this whole thing. I'm just pinpointing out what is very important as it pertains to your CPC. Okay, so this is very important as it pertains to your CPC. Um, Yes, you will have to read this a few times to even actually let it even click. And when you see it, oh, I know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. And like I said, some of you have a long term memory, some of you have a short term memory. I have a long term memory. I cannot specifically remember everything I did 5 minutes ago. Give me to about 3 o'clock and I can run it down. So some of you have a short term memory. Um, you can remember everything as soon as you do it. You can pass the test in a second. So again, I'm gonna take this down, but I did want to kind of show you that. Okay, and again, the essay summary that I just put up there is what I want in a summary. Okay, it's what I want in a summary. Okay, okay, let me see. I know I'm gonna be busy for the rest of the day, so that's the reason why I have to get this in for you guys. You see my background. I'm at the car dealer. They're servicing my car, but I'm making sure I get this in to you before they finish with the car. Okay, and yes, I brought my laptop to make sure I get this in. So I gotta show you guys that. I gotta show you guys the summary. See, I'm not gonna go back there. I just want to go back here. I'm going back to the book, okay? Because this is what you are working on, okay? Performance objectives. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna stop the share on that. I'm gonna share something else with you, okay? I'm gonna put this in here because let me jump to ICD 10 real quick. And the reason I'm jumping to ICD 10 real quick is because of what I just showed you. Okay, let me share my screen with you for a second with this one. Because of what I just showed you, I want to show you that ICD 10 that I was talking about. So let's go in here. We can go in this one. So we were talking about you doing the essay for well, I call it a summary. I mean, you have different ways of calling a summary, but that's what I'm expecting at the end of each chapter. And this is pretty much the same thing. This is how. Can you see this? Let me see. Am I up? Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty much the same thing. Let me see. Kids fishes in development 2027. Got to use the fishes. No, that ain't gonna. Okay, hold on. Right here. So I'm gonna start with the symbols and conventions. Should you guys remember when I was talking about symbols and conventions? This ain't mine, so I gotta take it right down. This is how you study and how you learn how to do the symbols and convention. But again, this is a part of the guidelines that I just showed you. So when you submit to me a summary, just you should know what this is. If you're not ready to do the summary, don't do it. Don't copy and paste on a summary. Oh, Miss Lambert's not gonna read it anyway. I have an AI tool that will read that thing. So just it ain't like me grading everyone like I would have to do with the other stuff. Okay, but I got to take this down. But again, your symbols and conventions and your guidelines, I want you to study those par. Okay, because we're going to need those when you get ready to do your exam. Okay, so let me go back here. Now, again, this is the Elsevier version. This is book 2025 ICD 10 for physicians. Okay, when you take your test, I want you to get the other one that I had asked you to take. So don't forget, you might hear a little something. I'm in the car dealership, but I'm getting this video out to you. Okay. So again, and here, this is what I want you to see. And I'm flamming through this because this is your chat from last night. The other one tonight is going to be 9 to 10. So I can't show you all these illustrations because they a little bit bow. So I can't show you all of them. So I'm gonna stick to this one for a second. So you guys, you hear me say, study the illustrations. I want you to study the illustrations because some of that may be on your test. Um, I'm telling you, CPC ain't no joke, man. I don't care if they did cut it down to 100. Some of my students, they tell me, they get paranoid when they first walk in there, but they all pass. I don't think I had like one, maybe 2 years ago that failed or something. And of course, you get a second shot at it, but don't be scared. Just go in there, okay? All right. So again, this is illustration. This is a gallbladder. Okay, they won't ask you what bile is made and all that kind of stuff like that. But again, you'd be surprised how important this book is, because it doesn't just tell you about diseases and body functions and procedures and stuff like that. I'm telling you, you are going to learn. This is a self-study program. You're going to learn. I gotta take it down. Can't keep it up too high. I'm gonna give you. I give you all the tools that you need to actually do this program. If you get lost, YouTube is everything. YouTube is a study program. YouTube is a university. Way before streaming university came out, it was YouTube University. Um, YouTube is a place where you can learn anything you want without getting a student loan. So you guys know how anti-student loan I am. I ain't saying I ain't got student loans. Okay, I'm not saying you guys did not hear me say that. Um, Everybody in the world got student loans that went to school that they still paying, but not for medical insurance billing and coding. I don't think you should be, left stuck with that in medical insurance billing coding. Okay, so that's the reason why I want to make this program as in depth as I can. Wait, hold on, you can't look at stuff like that. Oh, okay. So certain things I don't put out here. I'm not gonna put out here because there's certain stuff that I cannot put on YouTube. But make sure you guys get your index cards and I'm gonna show you this right here. I showed you this one before, but there's so much to it. I still want you to see it, so I'm gonna put this one up here for you. So make sure you take heed to this. And I'm telling you why, because there was a section on the CPC that the hand is in there, and you need to describe some of that. So just make sure you take heed to that. And it's not just this one. The illustrations are in the HICS CPT as well. But this particular one I want you to do, because you guys know I gave you that before. But it's another one I want to show you, the one with the eye. Make sure you get the eye down completely. Why, Miss Lambert? Miss Lambert, why we have to remember all this? You have to remember it because it's going to be on your test. Okay. You see that eye? You see how that eye is labeled like that? Your pupil, your cornea, your iris, those type of things. Some of the stuff that you can't pronounce, it won't be on there. I mean, it's not going to be that bad. But some of the more simple stuff, where your arteries at, where your optic nerve, see what is your sclera, and there's other books that you can use to give you a wider range of this. But this is what's going to be in your test. This is the kind of stuff that they're going to give you as it relates to illustration. So let me see what else is down here, because you can go from chapter to chapter. Right now, I'm just kind of breathing through some of the illustrations. I want to try to get one that we didn't look at. Um, Man, this one looks hard, but some of it may be on there. I'm gonna look at it for 2 seconds. Your superior vena cava, your thymus, trachea. This looks crazy. It looks like a piece of meat, but this is the gusto of how you move. This is the gusto of how we talk. This is the gusto of your whole body and well-being. How interesting is that, to take a look at this so you guys can see what it looks like? So you guys know I can't keep it up too much, but as far as the illustrations are concerned, um, you can see how important they are, because you might need them on a daily basis. When you have something like this, you have no idea. This is how we function, and you know what's crazy? You need this on your CPC, and your CPC, they will ask you some of these things. When you go in, when you get ready to do your CPC again, the proctor, she's gonna check your book. She's gonna check your book. But when you have stuff like this, and you can't put tabs in your book, you can write something in your book so that you can know. Oh, if you think, okay, they might ask me what the scapula is. They might ask me about the trachea. They might ask me about membranes. Okay, what is membranes? What is liquid for? Whatever. You can write it down in your book. Okay, so I'll take it down. So I'm kind of scrolling. I'm looking for. I have to give y'all this. I'm gonna give y'all this for like 1 second, because I'm showing y'all probably too much. They might say I have a copyright, but this is for educational purposes. They can't beat us up. It's for educational purposes. Pay attention to the bones. It's going to be in your chest. I have something to show you. I have something to show you guys. I got something to show you. I'm gonna try to show you before this video is over. But you see right here. See, I can't see right there when you see right there. I know some of you are on your phone, but you see this right here, patella tendon. Pay attention to that. See, words that you hear more often. That's the type of stuff that's gonna be on your test. Tibia sound like test to me. Okay, medial condyle sound like test to me. Oblique palatal ligament. I don't know about that because you can't even pronounce that. What else I probably have encountered or people have told me what they may have seen on that test. Tibial, medial collateral ligament. No, but I'm just reading it because it's right here. So can you guys still see what I'm looking at? I don't know if I can put this up there, but I'm gonna drop it up there real quick. Boop, it's finished. Okay, so that may be on your exam. I'm just gonna kind of tell you what's in there. Um, Ureta. They want to know where it is. See, this is not really a live picture, but I don't think I can put it on YouTube. They might cut it, but I ain't gonna put it up there again. Round ligaments, these type of things you might see. Where's your urinary bladder? I'm gonna give you this order right here. Your rectum, ureta, urinary bladder, vagina, pelvic, deep transverse perineal muscle. That's down at the bottom. That big flap you feel. So some of us don't kind of examine our everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody examine what's down there, especially when you go to school, when you're in nursing school and you're doing female. You want to know, well, what the heck is that? Well, what is that? You see how it's in there. It's exactly how it is. I might have to cut that piece out, but they may take that out of there. I had it up for like a second, but I try not to put stuff like that up. That's too invasive. All right, we ain't gonna put that up no more. Let's go back. Let's go back. I want to go into that. Now we're not on coding yet, but I did want to kind of touch bases on some of what we're gonna go through because you guys already did that. I want the 5, 6, 7, and 8 workbook done. Try to get it done by the night because remember we're getting ready to come right out of medical insurance billing. We almost done with the whole book. Um, but I wanted to kind of touch bases on this. This is for some of you who are going on with coders. So this is what we're going to go to the alphabetic index. You remember what I told you? We're going to from coding step one for coding. A lot of my YouTube girlfriends, they more advanced. This is for people who know nothing about coding. I'm taking you step by step how you're going to code. You see this book? That book is the book that you're going to need. Okay, I probably can't leave it up too much, so I'm gonna go back. I want you to see that book big. That's why. Um, let's go in there. So that's your ICD-10 book. So remember what I said. Let me see if I can let them a big cover image. There we go. So for this book right here, this is what you need. Okay, 2025 ICD-10. And you guys know I'm used to the ebooks. My CPT book is on my Kindle, but again, I'm literally doing the teaching purposes. You guys are studying for your course. I would prefer you get the AAPC. Why, Miss Lambert? I want you to get the AAPC version because of the exam. The creators from AAPC. But this is fine, okay, for you working with it. And again, you probably can get the book for a cheaper price. I'm going back in. I just wanted to show you guys the cover real quick. But again, the illustrations, the introduction, the alphabetic index, the tabular list and diseases. Let me see if theirs is set the same way. And why is it starting with 7? Let me see. Tabular list of part 3. So these areas. So they got us starting with 7 right here. Maybe I need to get a page. Yes. Index of diseases. All right, I'm just checking this piece right here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Um, I understand external causes and disease. So this is at the back of your book. This is external causes of these diseases. This is at the back of your. This is like trauma. This is like trauma. Somebody hitting you. You're not being sick. Okay. This is more or less trauma happening to you. My battery going low. Okay, hold on. So let me get this right here. So again, that's more trauma. But I want to get to the tabular list portion. So this is the tabular list of disease and injury. The part that I just showed you was more trauma, more injury part. So I'm just gonna pull this up real quick. So you see this right here. This is part of your ICD-10 course. We are going to go into this course as well. And I just want to give you a brief. When you guys hear me say 21 points, this is what I mean. Okay, this is what we're going to be going into: nervous system, eye and adductor, ear and mastoid, circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive, skin, subcutaneous, the musculoskeletal system, pregnancy, childbirth. This is all a part of your course. So YouTube, you don't know how excited I am, and especially being that I am here now. I can get all of my studio stuff. So when I go back home, yes, y'all want to see a different studio. I'm gonna change it around because I finally got all my stuff while we're here. You see my background. I'm at the car dealer. They're servicing my car. But guess what? We're getting this in. So this is what I want you to look at. Okay, just take heed to this because this is your ICD-10 stuff. Okay, your class tonight um, may not be a live class because I might have to do it earlier. But if it is live, you guys will see me come on. I'm going to drop your thumbnail up there for tonight, for the class for tonight. Okay. So let's take this down. And then I'm just going to kind of backtrack to your medical insurance billing book. So the reason why I did throw that in there is let me put your book back up. We're not doing, remember, we're not doing employment. Okay, I'm not doing employment. Let's go to five. Okay, so I'm on five right now, and I'm on five because this has to do with your workbook. So you guys saw the stuff that was already in the workbook. It's actually this same stuff. It's just you're working on it. It's just more expanded. It's just giving you more abbreviations. The same thing that you got in here. It's just kind of expanded it. Receiving payments and insurance problem solving, collection strategies. I'm gonna pull it down for a minute. So, because you really only have two sections in here, 17, 18, and then when we got to six, let me touch bases on six. When we got to six, it's not really anything in six. It's 19 and 20, right? I'm gonna take it off. And introduction to healthcare facilities and ambulatory surgery, billing for healthcare facilities. Where is? Let me see. The billing and health facilities. We went over some of that, and it's the same key abbreviations. Your glossary is in there. Okay, I'm trying to look for something. Let's go to I think it was in documentation. No, documentation is your ICD-10. Um, Chapter 4, Session 15 and 16. The paper claim CMS 1500. 16 is electronic claim form. I just showed y'all the regular cycle. Hold on, let me go back. So, so I'm just backtracking on what you guys actually did. So this was it. This was chapter one. You remember we did that, and you're supposed to do the workbook for that. Chapter one is role of an insurance billing specialist, privacy, security, and HIPAA, compliance, fraud, and abuse. Okay, that's in there. That's what we just went over. Oh, okay. So introduction to healthcare. This is where the gusto is right here. What's in that? You see the stuff that's in the workbook? That's where you got this from. Okay, I'm just gonna remove it real quick, and I'm gonna tell you what's in there. Let me see if I can put it for a second, so I can tell you what's in there. Okay, basic of health insurance, the blue plans, private insurance, and managed care plans, Medicare, Medicaid, and other state programs. So remember, your two is gonna combine with the other one. I'm gonna pull it up in a minute. TRICARE, veteran health care, workers' compensation, automobile liability, disability income insurance. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this one down. I'm gonna pull this one down. Then I'm gonna head to the workbook to make sure you're not lost. Okay. So what we just did is you should be working on in the workbook. Okay. So where's the workbook? Let's put the workbook. Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm coming back at you. Okay. So let me just show you. where where's what we're talking about. This is in here too. You see where it says I got y'all up already, right? So let me put this in here. They told my car is done, so I'm about to get my car in a few minutes. So disability income insurance and disability packages. So and then you remember we was talking about the TRICARE stuff. So all that stuff that was in your workbook, it's already in here. Okay, workers' compensation, TRICARE. So here it is right here. So and I think right here. So right here is where you start. Let me pull down a minute. All right, can you guys see what I'm doing? Hold on, I'm the car is done, but I'm gonna show you this real quick. So right here it says I got you guys at okay, the blue plans, private insurance here, Medicare here, Medicaid and state programs here, TRICARE here, workers' compensation here, disability insurance. Well, you ain't doing that yet. I'm just kind of moving down. You're supposed to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. So here, here, and here, and TRICARE. Okay, so you could pretty much see that, but I wanted to show you the combination between the workbook and and the reading book, which both have the same material in there. The chapters are different, so your workbook is not going to be the same as chapter 4 in your reading book. So that's all I was trying to show you the differences in that. But I showed you the blue BC in your workbook and the BC in your reading. Okay. So we got like 4 minutes left, but again, I'm gonna put your thumbnail up for tonight, and tonight is let's drop the schedule in there. All right. So today is Saturday. So we're supposed to be on 9 and 10 tonight. We just went over 7 and 8. So remember, you're supposed to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's your workbooks that you're doing. You're not doing anything with 9 and 10 yet because we have not went over that yet. Okay, this is your schedule. So tonight, I will put the new schedule up for tonight. Um, I'm gonna put the new schedule up for tonight, so you guys see the 9 and the 10, right? So 9 and 10 is tonight. 9 and 10 is workers' compensation and disability. Okay, next week, medical documentation, electronic health record. Oh, you can't see it. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, let me touch on it so you can see. So this is tonight. Tonight is workers' compensation. Can y'all see what I'm doing? No, I'm sorry. All right, let me get rid of that. How do you take that off? Um, why y'all can't see my screen? Oh, I gotta take this down. Okay. All right, I'm gonna use it real quick. So it's Saturday. So we're working on workers' compensation, automobile and liability tonight. Tonight we're working on chapter 10. You guys can see what I'm doing, right? Okay. So tonight, chapter 10, disability income and disability benefit. That's tonight, 9 and 10. All right. Tonight, 9 and 10. This is next week. Medical documentation and electronic health record. 12, ICGT and CM. Okay, this is the workbook. This is the workbook. This should coincide with what you just did in the other book. Okay, next week, CPT coding. Okay, this is the workbook that we're looking at. Okay, Hicks code, and make sure you try and have your book. All right, try and have your books. Try and have your coding books, paper claims. Okay, electronic health claim. All right, the rest of that we ain't doing yet. You still got another week or so to do that. But I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. So as you guys can see, medical insurance billing is it's long-ish, but not really. You still can knock it out in 3 weeks. Um, Send me a message if you guys are having trouble with your summary. Um, so we're gonna hit the 9 and 10 tonight, 11 and 12 Monday, and then you have class again Friday. Um, and then Saturday. So that's two, two, and two, 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 and two. That's six. But you might have like 10 more classes in that. I have to see it. That's because I can't combine. I can't combine some of those classes. So tonight, maybe we'll do four tonight. You guys let me know. I'm probably gonna end up extending tonight. We're already an hour in. Y'all know I hate to keep y'all too long, but let me just see something. Let me see something. So I think I'm gonna extend tonight to chapter 9, 10, 11, and 12. Y'all send me a message. Let me know if y'all don't say nothing. Then I'm just gonna do 9 and 10. I'm just going to do 9 and 10, and then we'll see how we're going to do next week. We can double because I haven't made that schedule yet. So next week we can do 11 and 12, and 13, 14 on Monday, 14, 15 Friday. I mean, if it's too much, let me know. We're not going to do 13 and 14 with paper claims. That's a wrap. I thought you were saying so. We're not gonna do that with that. That's a wrap. I'm already a minute in. This class is over. Make sure that you guys go over what I have given you. And you don't have to only go over what you guys just had. You can look at other chats and go over that. But remember, next week we're doing ICD 10 and CPT. Make sure you have your book. Try to have your books for those classes. Thank you for joining me. And again, my car is ready. I'm at the service center. But guess what? I got y'all's chatting. I'll see y'all tonight, 9 and 10.